sit there in the back of the toilet.
Why does that have to be? Why does that have to be prison food? That was last Tuesday for me. I don't understand.
It just sounds like
nice.
Me.
Yeah, exactly right.
Sounds like a regular Tuesday night meal.
Dorsey, we haven't found any bed sheets big enough for you. We haven't found any bed sheets big enough for you to make a shirt out of. So when we do, we'll hit you up, bro.
Whoa.
Yeah, DC's back before the shirts.
Good point.
Wait, you guys have had shirts before still?
Nope.
We're sitting in Captain's
storage facility
unit.
You know what? I gotta hit you with a little something.
Wow. Fancy. Is
so
that
I love it. Hey, Captain, not this week, but next week. I'm coming out. I'm gonna come get him from you. Yep.
Okie dokie.
I'm gonna come get him from you.
Alrighty.
Fake news.
Cool.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Fake news.
How were you able to even talk about that?
It's the only thing I've talked about in 3 months. I think I can let a little bit of alpha go. So
they as a matter of fact, they do have the original
They have
BS
the BS logo. Yes.
They do have the original BS logo.
And the most comfortable material and best cut in the business that Dorsey doesn't fit into. So.
What's the biggest size you actually got? Like XL or something?
Yeah, we just went XL with this round. We're gonna go. We're not with the custom shirts. We're probably not gonna go any bigger.
Yeah, we shouldn't because Hexkins should be fitting into the.
Right. I'm gonna encourage you guys. We are fat shaming you, Hexicans.
I mean, how am I gonna at least need a 2XL? I mean, come on.
You are a mountain.
No, dude. No, an XL will fit you perfect. It's a longer cut because you're all muscular and stuff. It'll make you look bulging. You'll be great. Trust me.
All right, as long as the chick's thing looks good, then okay, I trust you, Kinetics.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. So
it's all on you, Kinetics.
Where is Dorsey? I gotta find that guy real quick.
He's in there.
Yeah, I got to put him in timeout for now. So
Dorsey didn't do anything. Oh, and we do have inviting. We do have ladies' shirts too, so we'll get a ladies' shirt for you.
Yes.
He said it. He said yes. He said yes. He admitted.
We'll get him a lady shirt. He likes to wear ladies' clothes. He's a lady boy.
At least
he's a lady boy.
Right.
So Inviting Freedom went to this true story, guys. Inviting Freedom went to Thailand, came back a lady boy, and we got catfished ever since. So
wow.
Back. Ouch.
Hit the damn like button. Hit the like button. No, we don't need to do that around here.
we need to see y'all hit the like.
Yeah. You guys need to hit the like.
That's right.
Why isn't everyone retweeting this right now? Everyone in the chat should just go on Twitter and retweet that we're live right now.
Pretty much.
That's right. Yeah. Right now. Make it happen.
Shame on y'all.
Right now.
Yeah. And don't go put it in Maddie's chat while he's having his.
Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. That's disrespectful. We don't want that.
Be nice.
I feel super bad. I was supposed to be on the panel the other day, and I totally I couldn't go. I feel bad. But,
no, you didn't miss something, did you?
DC.
Not DC.
Now I'm getting in trouble. I come back and it's the same old shit. Yeah.
These damn Hispanics never change.
Ain't that the truth?
Si, senor.
Felipe's drinking beers. Fucking Felipe drinking beer.
Drinking Felipe.
Sí, señor. Estaba tomando ayer y no podía venir on the stream con Maddie.
I have a funny joke, but just afraid someone might take offense to it, so I'm afraid to say it. So.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. It's Discourse Syndicate. Of course, we're not afraid to say anything on here.
Right.
So, hey, DC, what do you call a midget Mexican?
You mean a little people Mexican American?
Okay. Let's do that then.
All right. What do you call this? Interesting.
Call them a paragraph because they're not a full essay.
You stupid. Yo.
I like that.
That was some popsicle level shit.
Right.
Popsicle level shit. Oh, look at we got CJ, Wales only, DC Crypto, and the producer himself.
Bang bang.
Oh.
Bang bang.
What up,
Look at them! Look at them kicks right there, baby. Look at those kicks. Oh yeah.
I have those and you don't. What up, CJ?
What's up, King?
CC. Shout out to Wells for hooking me up with the link since Captain's struggling over there by himself. What up, medic?
We're renaming the show,
Bro,
King.
everybody asks me for the link. Like I get like 6 or 7 DMs every freaking Friday. Like, hey, can you send me a link? Bro, it's in Twitter. It's in every single one of the damn chat rooms.
Hey.
It's all over the place. And I even put it in this chat room. And
King,
still
you
everybody's
should know
like,
better
"Can
by
you send me
now.
the link? Can you send me the link?" I'm like, what the
King,
fuck is
we're
wrong with you?
It's
renaming
only
the
been
show.
2 years.
As
Follow
long
me
as
on Twitter. It's the same freaking link that we've always been doing. It's the first damn public crypto stream for Hex ever, and everybody should have it. Like, you should just
I'm a
click.
stream noob.
so King, can I get your permission on this as producer of the Discourse Syndicate show? Can we change our channel to Boomers on Tech instead?
Whoa!
Can we change it?
Wow, man!
I will resign as producer as soon as you change it.
Okay, so that's a no. Okay,
Oh,
just I just need to
not
clarify.
a
That's
boomer.
cool.
I'm a Gen Xer. And a Gen Xer. I'm not a boomer.
Mhm. Sure.
Mhm.
It's just a lot. Today, there's a lot of stuff going on. It's like effing Hangout, Maddie's conference. There's a Twitter Spaces going crazy. Yeah, man, it's wild.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
Inviting
All those
is
events.
filling the bucket of another streaming Hexagon here. The king himself is in. Inviting has been very kind to everybody tonight, except for
So what's the world record for the longest stream without talking about Hex?
I don't know, but we're
it was this one until you just said that.
Until
But
you said it, yeah.
1 hour and 32 minutes.
I thought this was the NFL football team's stream. What's going on?
What is this Hex thing you're talking about? Stop it.
That's it. T-Bird. I'm sorry, T-Bird, but you're getting a timeout for that one.
What did he say?
What did he say?
What did he
Call me a
say?
damn boomer. Said close enough. Boomer, boomer. Boomer,
Get
boomer.
an update from
Trevor Hansen.
From
You too, Trevor Hansen.
I saw boomers are hanging or something. What did he say?
Boomers love
You're all getting your timeout stripes tonight.
I heard
Let-
the
let's
Larry
get-
David music in the background. Curb Your
Let's get an update from CJ on what he's been up to lately with his.
Yeah, man, definitely.
What's
What
going
have
on,
you been up to?
CJ?
Yeah, show your stuff, bro.
Just been running and gunning, man. I mean, it's been a crazy year. I can't believe we're like July 15th already.
Mhm.
It's July 15th, and
Going by.
it just seems like every year it just gets faster and faster. But no, just one of the projects that I've been working on is kind of a new innovative approach to health. It's a platform that's going to have a lot of different health coaches on it. Natural health, because I'm a firm believer that one of the things that we learned, coming out of the COVID era was that we have a very much a health problem in the United States. I'm not sure about everywhere else, but we have a health problem. And I've said this numerous times, when you look at the explosion of growth, like it seems like every new construction that's going on, every expansion that's going on is either like an ER or some type of medical clinic, and that industry just continues to grow and grow and grow. And here in the United States, per capita, we spend more than any other country, but yet we have the worst health outcomes. And I'm not mad at doctors, I'm not mad at nurses or anything like that, but I think we can do a lot better in terms of getting back to a natural, like a more of a holistic type approach to healthcare. So one of my friends, and her name's Dr. K, Dr. Terry Kukovich, she launched this platform called Achieve Quality of Life, and we have 30 health coaches coming aboard, everything from a nutritionist, exercise science, just focused on natural solutions to help people, because I think
I love that.
It's just long overdue. And what our primary focus was on at the beginning was care providers, because through different types of ailments, whatever it is, whether it's cancer, autism, whatever type of health. Sometimes the actual providers, the people that are taking care of those loved ones, their health, becomes at risk where they don't take care of themselves. So we're kind of focusing on that. We're going to do webinars, just make it like a fun platform in itself that's outside of a Facebook group, whatever. It's launched on a program called the Mighty Networks, and the Mighty Networks allows businesses to basically scale on there and create brands. So we're very excited about that. And
drop the links in the private chat so that we can post them on this video.
Yeah, we'll do. And I'm going to be kicking off because last October I did the Sober October, where I went an entire month without drinking. And now that may not seem like a challenge to you guys on here, but that was a huge challenge to me, especially after COVID, because I think all of us were smoking and drinking.
If a month is a challenge, bro, you might have a problem. If you don't get help here, go get help somewhere.
But I made it through. And it was good, and I felt great. But I kind of fell back into old habits. And so long story short, I think here August 1st, I'm going to be dropping a new kind of like a 30-day challenge to not only to detox, but a focus on health as well. So, nice. give up something that's bad, whether it's smoking or alcohol or social media, whatever it is. But then also adding to a health layer in regards to, whether it's walking on a daily basis, doing something like that. So so that's the platform we've been working on. I'm really excited about it. It kind of ties into what I do with the cannabis industry. We've been helping a lot of individuals. I don't know what you guys are seeing out there, but it seems like lately, like anxiety and stress is just off the charts.
Rampant. Yep.
It's just rampant. It's just crazy right now. So we gotta scale back. We gotta unplug from the system that's there and get back to things and get, focus on our individual health. And because I've always said this numerous times, but the best investment that you can make is on yourself and your own health. It's got to start there.
100%. Sorry. This is not
hold on 1 second, everybody. We've got something that we've got to take care of here. Hold that thought, buddy. Yep.
No, don't put me up with Lady Boy. What's up, Lady Boy?
Hey, baby. Do you know I love to hate you? We have to do this. Do you know? But you started it.
How much did you pay Captain to make this happen?
Okay.
Just so you could harass me one-on-one.
So I just want everyone for the record to know who started this. This was Kinetics.
No.
And for this week,
I said in a green room. I said no. In a green room. I said, prove it. I don't believe that you're a chick. And that's where this all started from, because you said no.
The very last person in the world is going to be you who's going to see me. I'm going to show up to every event, and I promise. Now listen, to everyone, I want someone to clip this. I even tried to, what is it called? We started this session tonight, and I said, hello, gentlemen, including you. And then you had to respond with, tell them what you responded with. Go ahead, Kinetics.
I don't even remember. That was so long ago.
Evening,
I don't think prove it.
You said good evening, sir.
Oh, that's right. I did.
Yeah, you did. So there we go.
Love it.
All right, I'm gonna put a stop to this. That's enough. I tortured him long enough.
That's
good
awesome.
to have you on, inviting. How are you? How are you, hon?
Dorsey. Dorsey.
I wanted to talk to Mr. Producer. I love what you're doing. I'm so down with it. I started a journey on July 1st to go all whole foods organic. I stopped cooking with butters, oils, nothing but stop that. Mute him.
It's true.
You have been proven wrong, because no guy would have remembered shit you said a year ago. I can't remember what you said this afternoon.
I couldn't remember what I said to her at the beginning of the stream.
That's funny. Damn,
So-
Sandy, you crushed it, bro.
Hold on, I want to be a woman and talk about myself. So I started this journey. Butters, Chef Kabul has been helping me. He told me the other day, he's like, hey, get on the scale. And I'm like, I didn't lose anything. He's like, I lost 11 pounds. I've not changed my physical activity. I try to do like between like 7,500 and 10,000 steps a day, but like I don't really exercise outside of that. So that's it. Just stopped cooking butters, oils. I only use whole foods, organic, nothing out of a box, container, jar, anything. All my teas, I make my teas, everything is completely from scratch.
That's
and
awesome. That's awesome.
Wait, and I have this aeroponic garden that I'm growing. Guys, you have to see my kale and all my herbs and all my
kale. That's enough to take you off the stream right now. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Now the question is, can you make a sandwich?
Sandwich.
So
with
I
an
haven't
M.
made a sandwich yet, but
Definitely a woman.
So our very own Dr. Shrednecki, I just got all my supplements in from her. Man, I'll tell you what, it's worth it, but to do right by your body is not cheap, man. That's all I'm going to say on that.
And
but
why did you choose suppositories versus the oral?
I'm just not good at swallowing. Okay, that's just all there is. Why you got to bring
it
that
works
up?
better going that way.
What's the deal here? What's the deal here? So I'm doing a 21-day cleanse that she recommended.
Sweet.
Oh, good
Awesome.
for you.
Yeah,
You're doing your cleanse.
We're about to do the 21-day cleanse, my wife and I together. And
Sweet.
I have been off caffeine ever since I did my cleanse back in
Really?
October of last year. No caffeine. My diet has completely changed. I've lost over 30 pounds, and it's that cleanse like set me into a state of getting my health in order.
Yeah.
And now that I'm finding that there are some health conditions going on, then it's good, because it's good to be going in the right direction.
She said once you get rid of a lot of that inflammation in your body, they'll really start to be able to pinpoint what's going wrong with the body.
Yes.
So we went down. I had the whole family when we were down in Scottsdale for the Limitless event with Ken McElroy. I literally went in and had the whole family do our labs with her. So our whole family knows exactly what we're low on, what we're high on, and so she can start to help us figure out how to go forward. Because what I really like about her approach is she's a naturopath, but she also uses Western medicine when necessary. So she's not anti-Western medicine, because there's some things Western medicine does very, very good. We've got some of the best trauma medicine in the world. But we just don't take
plastic surgeons. Probably that's what they.
When it comes to preventative medicine, we suck here in America. Absolutely suck.
Well, you brought up cleanse. An old friend of CJ and I's, Bix Weir from Road to Ruta. I know he always off and on. He'll go on the cleanse, and his wife they'll post up, what she does and her ingredients and what she's doing. So yeah, those cleanses, those definitely help out a lot.
Yeah. And it helps you take the heavy metals out of your body, puts you in a good state of mind, because it's a 21-day cleanse. And what happens they say if you do anything for 21 days, you start to form habits.
Becomes a habit,
So it becomes a habit. And then what I found was, and here's the cool part. So you're on very clean diet, like you're literally fruits and vegetables and the cleanse mix only for the first 11 days. And then you add protein to it. And that's like light protein, like literally like farm raised chickens that have been pampered and fed beer, and they eat clover and stuff like that, whatever. Like you have to eat like really clean farm raised chickens. And then you start adding things to your diet after that. So it's not just 21 days. You do 21 days, but then you start adding things to your diet, and then you start noticing what happens. Like the first time I ate red meat, my stomach said, fuck you. No way. Didn't like it at all. And I was like, oh shit, this ain't cool. This ain't cool. Cause I like a cow, man. I like a cow. I do. I like a bloody cow slapped on my plate. And now what I found is that I don't tolerate meat real well. So now I have to be careful. I have to go light on it. I went to the damn Brazilian barbecue, and it damn near killed me for 2 weeks. So now I know one of my food intolerance, one of the things that happens. So I have to be cool with that. Chill out. I eat as good as I can. And then every once in a while I'll have that as a treat. And then I always pay for it now. Now I got to pay for it because it just messes my gut. I get bloated and it's just whatever. So I found some things, also like processed corn. I don't do processed corn real well. And so I have to go easy on that, but it's cool when you do start to get a holistic approach.
Absolutely.
God damn it, Dorsey.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
And I think that's important what you just said, because a lot of people don't connect the two in regards to the gut and the mind, but it's kind of one of the same. Like your stomach and your gut's kind of a second brain, and that's why nutrition plays an important part in regards to mental health. So you can, as opposed to going on a prescription medication. And you're right, like trauma, like, I shouldn't discredit traditional medicine, too much, but, doctors are very starved for time. I remember when I went through a health situation several years ago, I don't have a traditional doctor. I don't have a family doctor. I don't go, but several years ago, I had a situation going on with a facial spasm that it lasted like 8 years it was basically a compressed nerve in my face. And literally they had to remove part of my skull. There was a certain surgery that went in. By the time that I went and started because you just can't walk into a neurologist and say that I want to have part of my brain removed and have this surgery done. They look at you like you're weird. But by the time that I went in just to see a traditional family doctor and graduate up through the neurologist and all those referrals, like literally they would have had me on like 8 or 9 different prescriptions. Because anytime I mentioned something, they're like, here's a prescription for that. Like I mentioned that, hey, you know what? My spasm, sometimes it keeps me awake at night. They're like, well, you need this to help you sleep at night. I said, you know what? Sometimes I've been drinking and sometimes it leads to depression. Well, here's Prozac every step of the way. And I think that's what's wrong. And I think a lot of pharmacists will tell you that's why we have drugstores on every other corner, because as a country, we're an over medicated society versus focusing on natural solutions, getting back to the root cause. And unfortunately, they don't pay doctors for that. They don't pay to spend time to really get to the root cause of the individual. And again, not discounting traditional medicine, but I think that we have a unique opportunity, and especially when you see what's coming down the pipeline, all these synthetic foods that they're developing, these synthetic vegetables, synthetic meat. In addition to that, like I'm not sure where you guys live, but in my state of Indiana, we're one of the beta tests, the pilot tests for the 5G networks, where literally I can go down roads and like every other probably 100 yards, there are these towers that are put up, and every one of these towers has a specific power supply directed to it. And what's that frequency doing? What are those high impulse type frequencies doing to us neurologically? So there's a lot of things coming at us, and that's why it's just important right now to get back to focus on our individual health for us, for our families, to be able to make sure that we can take care of our families. Kind of what I'm deeming kind of like a medical revolution in our country, getting back to, we're seeing with psychedelics, a lot of the research is coming out with psychedelics. There's a Netflix movie that was released talking about different, how mushrooms are used, and the doctor goes through and like clinical studies that they're proving these things. So I think the timing is right to get people apt to say, hey, you know what, if traditional medicine has failed you, maybe it's time that you look for more of a holistic approach to healing yourself for a better quality of life.
Yeah.
And if I could just jump in there real quick, I also want to highlight or bring attention also to the type of food, because it's not just let's go to fruit and vegetables. It's the type of, you have to do organic. It has to be whole. Must be organic, non-GMO. The regular fruits and vegetables that you go to the store, like you could go, Chef Kabui, I don't want to take his thunder and give away, all of the stuff that he's put his courses on. But the things that I learned about what's in our regular foods, it will make, you can't, once you see it, it's one of those things that you can't ever go back from. If you take your regular, you go to broccoli, you go get red broccoli or any, they're actually coated in a wax and petroleum mixture. You're just regular shit, and you think, oh yeah, you're eating great because you're eating fresh. No, it has to be organic. And then people will say, they'll use the excuse where, oh yeah, well, I can't afford organic. Well, that's trash. And we're going through, because that was, one of my biggest qualms, talking to Chef. I was like, in the United States, a lot of people can't afford. Is he's helping me, but I'm helping him in return. Right now we're doing a $300 to $500 budget to feed you for an entire month. And so far, I'm it's $200 and I'm halfway through the month, right? So I'm going to go for another 10 days. So for 25 days in the month of July, I've been able to eat all whole food organic off of $200. And we're keeping track of every itemization, everything, in different areas. So there's no excuse. You have to do it for your health.
That's bad.
How much of that is dumpster diving?
All of it. 100%.
No dumpster diving.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
$200 on all organic. That's good. That's really good. I like to see how that's done.
I'm
You can
surprised
make
no
a
one-
film out of that. You should make a film out of that.
And
Yo,
and support
CJ,
your local farmers. Support your local farmers. Your independent farmers. Go,
100%.
Go to your farmers markets and support those. I mean, it's one of
What
the
are these
misses-
baskets that they have out there? There's these baskets that you can order, and like every week you get a basket from your locally grown produce providers, and they'll bring you a whole basket, and you'll have onions and potatoes and tomatoes and all kinds of stuff in it. And you can do it like every month. I forget what they call that.
You could do that, or you could do the CSA. If you just go Google the community shared agriculture, you can buy a share. You find a farm that's local to you, and make sure it's an organic farm, and you could buy either a half a share or a full share. I'll tell you, with a full share, the amount of food and it's so cool, guys. You get to go to the farm, and then they'll give you like a designated day, like a Saturday or Sunday, and you get to pick, according to the size of the share that you got, a certain amount of fruits and vegetables. And they do it like according to the season, so it's different fruits and vegetables like every time, and it's so cool. And it's so neat. And they even do, like, some places will do like pick your own. It's like the strawberries or the green beans or stuff, you'd be able to go, raspberries, you'd be able to go and pick your own. But it's so neat, and it's really inexpensive. I think like the most I've ever paid for a full share is like $800, and that lasts for the full season. That's May to October, November.
Freedom, kudos to you. You're all over this. That's awesome. Love it.
That's good stuff.
Thank you. I love
So
you.
farmers baskets. Thanks, Dorsey. Dorsey, time out. You little bad Dorsey. Bad Dorsey.
Yo,
Farmers
that's
baskets.
yeah, that's awesome. Shout out to Inviting Freedom for what she's doing with the farmers and eating clean and stuff. But CJ, hit us with, are you still My CBD? Hit us with because I know we're a lot of pain and the things that what you could
Show us
find
how to
on,
get rid of some of that inflation.
Well,
There you go.
I
Hit
tell
us.
you what, we've been documenting a case, and it's very personal. It's one of my high school friends. It's fighting colon cancer. And long story short, 2 years ago, he reached out to me and said, "Hey, listen, I'm putting end of life plans together. Not sure what's going to happen. Going through chemo and everything, and pretty much willing to try about anything." So we, no surprise, everyone's very probably heard of RSO, Rick Simpson oil, that different properties. We can't advertise any type of medical benefits to our products, which is just an absolute shame that the FDA deems that. They went out after several companies, any CBD, any health related, alternative medicine company that makes the health claims like that. The FDA has sent warning letters to, so we can't, just go out there and make these claims. But so he started on one of our tinctures, and it's Delta 8, which is derived from hemp, which is legal in several states. And, in legal states like, California, Arizona, you don't need that. You don't have to have that. But for states that are still struggling with it, and just in regards to the legalities of it, he started on a tincture, and after about 6 to 8 months, he started sending me some of the recordings from his doctor's visits, and he got to the point where literally they showed no trace amounts of the cancer cells that were in his colon, and they went ahead and still did the surgery. Like, hey, we still want to do the surgery just to make sure. And we have our first documented case of someone using one of our products to help, basically cure, colon cancer. And that was pretty darn neat. And so it was about 2 months ago, I got a call from him. He's like, listen, he's like, I need to talk to you. He's like, I have the cancer cells are back. This is the most recent thing. And I'm like, well, what happened between that time period? He's like, well, I stopped taking, your tincture. I stopped taking the product. Primarily because I didn't think I needed it. I said, well, what did you do with your diet? I said, because that's the most important thing. Forget about the product. Did you stay away from the sugars and all those kind of things? Like, no, I went back to just my regular diet. I'm like, dude, like, you can't do that. Like, if you're a cancer survivor, you can't go back to those old habits.
Life changes.
You have to have those life changes in place. And, so he went back to the stages again where he's, meeting with his financial advisors. He's, putting all the plans in place again for life-ending treatment. And this time we doubled up. So we did a THCO and a THCP, different type of tinctures, which THCO is about 3 times stronger than normal THC. And he's been using that for the past few months. And he sent me a recording last week. And basically all his cancer cell counts that they've been able to track are basically cut in half. So he's going in the right direction. So I think that's a pretty cool story to share. I utilize it in terms of for myself. I use it like during, prior to workouts and after, just for recovery purposes. I have several people that I go to my gym that have reached out to me and said, hey, I've heard from so-and-so that you have some things. I have some aches and some pains from gym. So we, you can do like either an edible, which, sometimes is a little bit different type of a feeling, a sensation that you get from doing like a vape or a traditional thing for pain management. So the way I look at CBD, cannabidiol, and I hope it gets to some point in our country this way, where, how we look at like vitamin D, vitamin C, these supplements that kind of naturally help us. I think cannabidiol is one of those same things. It could almost look like a daily regimen of taking it like a vitamin nutritional supplement to kind of help us, because our bodies are pretty much deficient in that. So I think those properties help. And depending upon the element, for people who have anxiety, you got to be real careful, because some people are very THC intolerant. I know I am. I don't do very well with a lot amount of THC. So if you're taking it for like a CBD that's a full spectrum, and you're taking it for stress and anxiety, whatever, it potentially could make it worse, because everybody's body processes it a little bit differently. Mm-hmm. So there's no perfect formulation to it. It's just a matter of, start low and go. Don't, work your way up to it. So so I'm helping here locally, probably about 10 to 12 individuals with some pretty serious health ailments that they're dealing with. One with a hip replacement, one with some some chronic pain that's going on that they're dealing with, and again, it's helping achieve just a better quality of life. So it's kind of natural fit, and that's why I got into the industry in general. When I lost a sister to lung cancer.
We'll see you later, DC. I know you got your stream is about
later
to
on,
start,
DC.
brother,
Be
so I
safe.
appreciate
Later.
you, man.
Yep.
Hey,
Check out DC as soon as you guys are done.
DC,
Stay
yo,
tuned.
DCC, I'll say hi. What's up to Jake when I see him at the pool?
Okay, for sure.
Hey, producer CJ, have you heard of Chris beat cancer? He had stage at 26. He was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer, and after surgery, he opted out of chemotherapy, and he just treated himself with foods, and then he came up with this, and he cured, it's 100% in full remission, and he's been ever since. And he came up with this book, Chris Beat Cancer, but then he also came up with a cookbook.
Awesome.
And that came out recently. And I mean, like, if you go through it, it's so good. He has like this it's called like the anti-cancer fighting salad, and he's very deliberately chosen very specific foods, all that have high concentrates of some of the best things that are meant to fight cancer, like the I can't say this, sulforaphane and the broccoli sprouts and things like that, which are
it deals a lot with focus on your pH balance, your pH balance in your body.
They would like us to say is these things don't mitigate, treat, prevent, or cure any diseases, and we're not. But one thing that you said, and something that I read about cannabidiol, and I take CBD on a regular basis. full spectrum. And what I learned about it was, that the human body has a cannabidiol system, a whole system that functions on CBD. And the CBD has been removed from our foods. So in the days, a lot of hemp was grown in the United States, all over. It grows wild. It's a weed. And what that weed did was it took over crop space when crops weren't there. But that hemp was used for textiles, oils, rope, all these
Cotton
types
rope
of
would
things.
not have gotten the Europeaners to the New World. So
Yeah, it was hemp, and it
Yep.
was hemp, and the hemp has CBD in it, and this CBD leaked into the soils. The CBD covered the fields, and when they did grow corn, and they did grow spinach, and they did grow broccoli, and these things, the CBD was in the plants, and no longer is it in our soil, and no longer is it in our plants that we eat. So we have to supplement with CBD in order to just think of your cannabidiol system as just a bunch of deflated veins that are waiting to absorb CBD. And once you start putting CBD in your body, you start to open up those new pathways to that cannabidiol system that you have. And that's kind of how I understood it, is that, hey, we need to keep putting this into our diets because the human body was supposed to actually have it, because they've actually identified this system in our bodies that actually requires it, So I take mine. I can't do the THC thing because I'm allergic, makes me dumber. So I have to stay away from the THC stuff, but definitely taking my full spectrum.
I'm gonna put this in the comments here, guys. This is, go ahead and shill this link here, producer.
We got his link.
Yeah, I just put it in there.
Which one? CJ or me?
I'm sorry, CJ. Yeah, wrong producer.
There you go.
There you go.
So we got mycbdedibles.com, guys. mycbdedibles.com. If you think that there is some opportunity for you guys to improve your health with the fine products that are offered over here by CJ.
Yeah,
so,
and we do small batch. We don't do large batch. There's a lot of companies that do that, and the best way to ensure that you're getting a good product is by now, whether it's a legal state that has that most states require some type of a testing requirement, that typically there's a QR code that you scan, and what should happen is when you scan that QR code, it should take you to the testing results of that particular batch of products that were made. Reputable companies will have that. You shouldn't have to search for that information. I laugh sometimes when you scan a QR code and it takes you just to a third party saying, it says enter the lot and the batch number of the product that you have, and it creates even more work to do that. But what happens is that CBD in itself, after 1 year, it takes a while, but it actually loses a little bit of its potency, not significantly, but minimally. So so I think that's something for anybody, because it's not cheap, right? It's not cheap to purchase. So for that reason, we do small batch production. We're not a mass producer. We do small batch to ensure quality control, quality testing, to help with certain products. And I know a lot of people don't like the entire vaping thing, but we have several people that leverage it primarily because of the bioavailability of vaping. When it enters your lungs, it's a lot faster acting than when you do a sublingual or something that's an ingestion, where it has to go through your dietary tract, your ingestion tract, where it loses probably 20 to 30% of the actual percentages of CBD that you're taking into your body. So yeah, so for that reason, we do certain products. And one of the gentlemen that I help, he has a cleaning business and he works overnight in cleaning. And he's like one of the vapes that he does, he's like, this is the one that I can continue working through the night and I can function on. So yeah, and everybody's different. So it's again, I'm gonna tell you this straightforward, that it's not for everyone. I know there's a lot of people that when they have they're plugging their business, whatever, they will be like, hey, yeah, this is the best thing since whatever, it's gonna work. It's not for everyone. It's not. So just be mindful of that. Start low and work your way up, and then more, and then also just make sure you're buying from a reputable business. So I
want to speak to that real
Yeah,
quick
go for
about the reputable business and what you guys have done. I've checked out your stuff, and because my biggest concern and about CBD has always been, when it first came to California, I looked at producing it, and I was looking to buy a machine. CO2 machine is what they use primarily, and a CO2 machine is very aggressive at what it does. And what it does is it takes that plant and it strips everything out of it. And so if you don't have a reputable company, like you say, well, you know what, I like what CJ's talking about, but I'm going to go and get some of this XYZ shit over here because it's shit. This stuff's 50
Some of
bucks
them
cheaper
will use
or 40 bucks cheaper.
butane to extract CBD.
Well, yeah,
and
that's
that
a
is
butane
not
extraction.
good for you. Yeah,
is when they make wax stuff though. That's the crazy THC stuff they make usually from that. But the CBD stuff is mostly done with CO2. But what they've done is they've sourced bad materials. They've sourced materials that were cheap, some stuff from Europe or some stuff from Africa, and they ship that stuff in and they CO2 strip it. And then what you're getting is pesticides, germicides, fungicides, all these different types of chemicals that can actually end up into your CBD. So like what CJ's saying, going to a reputable company that has produced it properly and you can track it and know where it's come from, that it's locally sourced stuff, is important, because if you don't know where it's coming from, you don't know what's in it. And you could be, and especially a lot of people with problems, that mostly a lot of people with cancer say, hey, I'm going to start taking this CBD and see how it does, how it works for me. You might be exacerbating your problems by putting these chemicals into your body at concentrated levels. So you got to be real careful where you get CBD from and find a good reputable company like what CJ's the guys are doing. So,
yeah, thanks for that. And again, start with your core, start with your diet, your exercise.
Yeah.
I mean, you can take all the supplements and all the drugs you want, but if you're slamming down 2 big 7-Eleven big gulps before noon, if you're live a sedentary lifestyle, that you're not very active, you're not doing a whole lot. I'm not fat shaming, but I mean, it's just a fact. I mean, through the COVID area, obese people really struggle with that. So we have a choice, and I don't think there's any viable reason or any excuse for not to focus on your individual health, and through diet, exercise, all it takes is just baby steps. And it's really it's really just a lifestyle. I don't think it's anything like, I don't weigh myself. I maybe once a year do I ever weigh myself. I use it more along, how do I feel? Where am I mentally? What are some things that I do? I don't focus on a scale. I don't care how much I freaking weigh. I don't do that.
Yeah.
We don't fat shame here, except for me directly to Dorsey. So I am fat shaming Dorsey. So just want to throw that out there right now.
Oh man. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for coming. We've gone over 2 hours. Inviting. It was lovely having you here with us. Producer, did you have something else you wanted to say?
Yeah, I was gonna throw in CJ's YouTube. Everyone go over there, head out over there and sub to CJ's CJ OMC. He's took the liberty to simulcast this effing hangout with us. So give him a sub.
Nice.
Thanks,
Dorsey.
Appreciate that.
Not obese though.
Not obese.
Not obese.
Though. Hey, I love it.
All right, everybody. Have a good one. Thanks for coming. See you on Chatting with the Captain on Monday.
Thanks, CJ.
Appreciate you inviting.
Appreciate
Good
you,
having the ladies' energy here tonight.
Love
Appreciate
you all.
it.
Peace and love. Be safe.